Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Beer Garden again. This weekend, we are going to have a massive day in Hong Kong racing. There will be 11 races at Charene on both the all-weather and the turf track. The weather, of course, is going to be nice again. So we welcome another good day of racing. So we are going to talk about the treble, and also our best bet and value bet. Joining with me today, is Steve here, and then maybe I will record another video separately with Joe to talk about our selections on Sunday. So the first race we are going to discuss will be one of the highlights of the day. It will be the first leg of the treble. Race 9, it is a Group 3, the Bohemia Sprint Trophy over the straight course. It is quite a special one because over the whole season, we only have two group races over the straight course. One of them was the National Day Cup already held in October. And the other one is this one, the Bohemia Sprint Trophy. Steve, which sprinter do you like here?
Well, I thought it was very difficult. I went for number three, Sight Success, simply because he's improving with every run this season. His last two runs in the Group 2, fourth to Lucky Sweynesse, and then last time out, second to Wellington. That's very good form, isn't it? He's more of a 6 furlong type. But he has had some, even if you look back to the beginning of the year, actually, it was the corresponding race last year, which is on New Year's Day, wasn't it? He was second to Master 8, beaten half a length. So I think that's the one for me. It's unusual, isn't it, when you see John Size there and Zach Purton is sticking to Courier Wonder. And you messes up with your head all the different jockey bookings, doesn't it? But the fact is, Victor Borges has a rather good association with Sight Success, and so I guess that's why he's still on the horse. And Courier Wonder is, I guess, quite unproven over the 1,000 meters. You always see him going around the 1,200, but it's a difficult race, isn't it? I thought Cordyceps 6 would have been interesting, but Gate 1 is not ideal. He's been very unlucky with the barriers this year. Cordyceps 6. He had quite a high draw in the Longines Hong Kong Sprint under Silvestre de Souza. It would have been nice if we'd been drawn lower there. And now he gets a nice low draw just when you don't really want it, when you're out in the centre of the course in the straight 1,000 metres at Charene, when you'd much rather perhaps be closer to the rail. And Sight Success is, he's on the rail. And it just depends if he can, do another, come on even more for his last two runs. Hopefully he can. But Super Wealthy, the likes of Super Wealthy and also Stronger, you'd think they have something to find with the selection. And also, I think Nervous Witness is an interesting horse, but he looks to be carrying a lot heavier in weight than he was, despite having winning two barrier trials. He resumes after a long absence, looking maybe a bit heavier than ideal. And this is a very hot race to win after a 190 something day absence. So for me, number three, Sight Success.
Yes, right. I definitely agree. It will be quite an interesting race. So, Steve, I just checked your Twitter profile. Courier Wonder is still on your cover. So, is it your favorite horse right now in Hong Kong?
Yes, I just think he's. I remember. I remember. I don't have it anymore, but there was a HKJC tweet of him bucking and kicking. I think it was before
Yeah.
the 20, and he just looks so beautiful. So yes,
Yeah.
I'll be if he wins. I'll be maybe I'll have a little saver on him, a little quiet a little saver just in case.
Yeah, okay. So number three, side success for you. And I do agree with you because you just mentioned he went second in the same race last term. He was beaten by Master X. So maybe talking about Master X and side success in this seasons, they are quite different because I think side success is still improving. However, Master X was suffered from some setback and he didn't recover well and did not return well. So side success last time out in the Group 1 Hong Kong Sprint on the HKIR day, it was really impressive. He ran second to the best sprinter in Hong Kong, which is Wellington. So I really like his performance last time out. So this time moving back to the straight course, I believe he can also handle it, especially he gets a good draw, Gates number 14, which is obviously the best draw for the sprint races. So number three side success for me as well. And in case I don't have enough time to record one video with Joe, his selection will be number one Skyfield, the top weight horse here, but he definitely has the class. And I remember Skyfield is one of Joe's favorite horses in Hong Kong right now.
Race number 9 is the Bohemia Sprint Trophy, and this is a Group 3 race up the straight over 1,000 meters. A really tough field, and the betting is suggesting that at $4.70 for Cordyceps 6 as the favorite, I am actually going to go for a sentimental pick here, and that's going to be the number 1 Skyfield. He was a Group 1 winner at one point 2 years ago in the HKIR night in the Hong Kong Sprint. And there's just something telling me that he has a chance in this race. He was third, but not too far by a length over Wellington last year's HKIR night. And I think he just shows up. He's an honest horse. He always tries. He's good up the straight. He's good over the 1200. I think for the value, it's there, even on a place line at $3.10. But Skyfield getting a new jockey, Hugh Bowman, Casper Founds, a really interesting combo. But Skyfield, he always tries his heart out. So I'm going to go with the number 1 Skyfield in race number 9, the Bohemia Sprint Trophy.
So to recap race 9 in the Bohemia Sprint Trophy, Steve and I agree with number 3, Side Success, and Joe goes for number 1, Skyfield. And the second leg of the treble we are going to discuss, it will be race 10. It is a class 3 over 1,400 meters. Who do you like, Steve?
Well, I thought I'd take a bit of a swing, as they say, with number 8, Simba. He's a very likely raced horse. He made his debut for Jamie Richards just last month under Jai McNeil. I thought it was quite a nice run. It was over the 6 furlongs. He finished sort of mid-division, 8th out of 14. He steps up 200 metres this time to the 7 furlongs, and he's in gate 1, which is ideal, under Karis Teaton, who's come back in great form. And I also liked his recent barrier trial, when he was third to California Spangle. And what he was a bit caught behind horses. Once he got daylight, he ran on really nicely under not much persuasion. I thought it was very encouraging. And just looking at some of the other horses, Amazing Victory's been in fantastic form this year. Nordic Dragon, 2 from 2 from gate 12. But, you know, as they go up in weights, they have a little bit more to do. So I just thought it's hard to separate Amazing Victory and Nordic Dragon. And I thought Simba from gate 1 might just build significantly on his Hong Kong debut.
Yeah, right. So number 8, Simba will be your selection. Steve, Joe really agree with you. And his selection is also this horse. Yes, quite a unexposed 4-year-old making his second up in Hong Kong. And I believe that 1,400 meters should be a better distance for him because he performed quite well over this distance before coming to Hong Kong and just had an impressive barrier trial beaten by California Spangle. I think the horse is still improving. And my selection in race 10 will be number 2, Amazing Victory. I'm happy to hear that you just mentioned this horse because, yes, I really agree that in this season he is a bit different because after turning 4-year-old, he scored 3 winners. In this term, I'm also proven that he has the ability in class 3. Last time he was breaking from gate 13, which was I was really afraid that whether he could overcome the wide draw, but Zach Burton does it. So he just overcome the wide draw to stay in a really good position. And then in the home stretch, the horse can show a good acceleration. So I believe that Amazing Victory is still improving as a 4-year-old, and this time still racing in class 3. He should be able to have some good performance again. And also 1,400 meters is also one of his favorite trip with some good track work performance prior to this race. I think that Amazing Victory from gate 3, written by Zach Burton, again can run another good race.
Race number 10 is a 1,400 meter race on the turf, a class 3 race. I'm going to go with the number 8, Simba. Now, he's ran a lot in Australia. He actually is from Australia, so has raced in Metrograde at Doomben and also at Royal Randwick. He did go up first, or he did go first up, I should say, at Hong Kong at Sha Tin, but didn't perform as well. He had a lot of trials going into it. Now that he had a trial under his belt to set up for this race, I think he'll be a lot fitter, and he also has the draw at number 1. So Jamie Richards, Karis Teaton, that combination, interesting to see as well. So race number 10 is going to be number 8, Simba.
So in race 10, for our recap, Joe and Steve agrees with number 8, Simba, and I will go for number 2, who will possibly be the favorites, which is number 2, Amazing Victory. So the last leg of the treble will be race 11. We are going to have 11 races on Sunday, such a massive day. It is a class 3 over 1,200 meters on the turf. Who do you like in race 11, Steve?
Well, I played safe here. I went with number 8, Superb Capitalist. He really made a fantastic debut, didn't he, under Angus Chung? Really spread eagled. It was a restricted field, wasn't it? But it was a very good run that day. And last time he couldn't go back to back. He only finished in 5th place. And after setting the pace early, and he's got headgear for the first time. Zach Purton takes it because he's worn the tongue tie, hasn't he? So I think he has headgear this time for the first time.
Yes,
And yeah, so and gate 4, but it's an interesting race, isn't it? You've also got the unbeaten pair. You've got Mighty Stride and Dragon's Luck. Dragon's Luck's been drawn 12 and 13 in his first 2 races. He's managed to overcome both those wide gates. Now he's breaking from gate 6, which is a nice draw for him. But they have more to do. Mighty Stride, I thought, up £10 was rather punishing. He has more to do. And Dragon's Luck, I think about 7. But Superb Capitalist, you'd have to think there's more to come there. Interesting that Zach Purton's on board. He gets a little bit of weight from each of them. I also thought even the likes of Bundle of Charm at the top under Hugh Bowman was interesting. He's yet to win this season, but he never knows how to run a bad race. He was close 3rd last time, tried to make all. But for me, hopefully, Superb Capitalist can get back. It's a superb race to end, isn't it?
Yes, it is very interesting race. There are 2 unbeaten horses, which are Dragon's Luck and also Mighty Strike. They are both very good and up and coming. While Supreme Capitalist, who won on debut in Hong Kong, I think I will also go with this horse with Zach Purton on board for the first time. Actually, I was just thinking about the map of this race. I think it is gonna be a fast race because there are a lot of speed here, like Dragon's Luck, who likes to lead, and also Win gate number 8 this time with Angus Chung on board. Maybe he will take the lead again. And also our selection, number 8, Supreme Capitalist, on his debut or on his airway trial before the races, he just like to mate all. So I think that this time he is possibly will be leading or staying behind the leader. So maybe in such a fast race with Sakurada on board, I believe that he can make the best decision for the horse. Of course, he is unexposed, breaking from a good draw. I think maybe it is better to stay behind the leader. Otherwise, it will be too fast for him. So I think that he still can improve. So there are lots of good horses here. It is quite difficult to pick only one choice. But finally, I go for number 8, Supreme Capitalist as well. And Joe goes to number 5, Dragon's Luck, which I think it is also a good horse. The combination of Lyle Hewison and Deluxe White was very successful last term, and also in this season, they also have a good start here. So this horse is obviously also improving. Gate 6 for him, I believe he is going to take the lead. So with an unbeaten form in Hong Kong, winning 2 from 2, he is also a good horse in this race.
Race number 11 is a 1,200-meter race, also a Class 3 race as well. This is an interesting race because there's a lot of them going for a hat trick in this one, like Dragon Luck, Mighty Stride, Circuit Mighty. I landed with the number 5, Dragon's Luck, with Lyle Hewitson. I think there's going to be a lot of pace, especially with Superb Capitalist not being able to fulfill his last start where he dominated and won by 5 lengths. I think there's going to be a lot of speed. I think if Dragon's Luck has the speed in this race, which is Lyle Hewitson, who I've always said on the Beer Garden a bunch of times that he is one of the best front-running jockeys, I think that if he could be loose on the lead, I don't think they're going to catch him. That's how he's won all of his other races. But then again, this could set up for something that's off the pace or even a back marker as well. But the betting is suggesting that Dragon's Luck with Lyle Hewitson, he's also a Class 3 winner as well. I don't think that Mighty Stride is a Class 3. I think he's just got up to Class 3. And I think that Superb Capitalist was a little too difficult for him that time around. So I'm going to go with number 5, Dragon's Luck, in the lucky last race.
So to recap, race 11, the class 2 over 1200 meters, Steve and I have an agreement on number 8, Supreme Capitalist, and Joe goes for number 5, Dragon's Luck. So after talking about the treble races, we are going to have our best bet and value bet session. Steve, who will be your best bet for the day?
Well, I thought I'd go for hopefully what will be a decent price. It's on the dirt. It's race number 6, and that's number 13, Luckstar. He's a lightly raced horse. He's had 8 runs, no wins so far, but I do like him. He trains by Benno Young. He returned this season with an excellent third to California Veins and ran well over coast and distance last time. Harry Bentley made a mid-race move. It didn't really pay off in the circumstances, but he stuck on rather well, stayed on well for 4th, 2.5 lengths behind Righteous Doctrine, who goes for the hat-trick this time. And of course, sad circumstances last time, wasn't it? Because on the Christmas Eve meeting, the race had to be cancelled, unfortunately, and because of Hugh Bowman on the floor at the time, and you know, perhaps it's just me looking through rose-tinted glasses, but I thought the horse was going to win that day, the Luckstar. I thought he'd got a beautiful position, one off the rail, and of course, many other people could say their horse was going to win because it was rather early on in the race. But I do think Luckstar had a superb chance that day. And I think he has a good chance this time as well. He's lightly raced, so that's the one for me, Luckstar.
Right, so race 6, number 13, Luckstar will be Steve's best bet for the day. In this season, whenever we look for, we're looking at some all-weather races, the best trainer so far will be Benno Young. He has so many good all-weather horses in this season, including, of course, Luckstar, who is waiting for a winner. And also Joe's best bet, race 3, number 9, Handsome 12, is also another good dirt horse trained by Benno Young. He's, I believe, carrying a lightweight. He will have some good performance again. And talking about my best bet, it will be early in the card, race 2, number 6, Happy Angel. This race is a class 4 over 1800 meters. So Happy Angel will try this course and distance for the first time. But in this term, we see that after transferring to Pierre stable, Happy Angel improved a lot. He had 2 starts over the Happy Valley, 1650 and 1800 meters. Before both of them, he was finished. He gets the place. So I think this season may be a better season for him, and maybe at a career low mark he is able to bounce back. So 1800 meters should be a better distance for him. So he is sided by Dark Angel, who also have so many progenies in Hong Kong having good results over the mile or even longer distances. So Happy Angel as a gray horse, I'm also a fan, always a fan of gray horses. So he is one of my best pick in this day. So this time ridden by Zach Burton, I think breaking from gate 5, he may be going to lead or stay in a good position after the leader, which will be quite good for him to have the first victory in Hong Kong. So my best bet goes to race 2, number 6, Happy Angel.
Best bet Cubs in race number 3 on the all-weather over the 1650. This is a class 1 race. This is the highest you could get before you even get to the stakes races or the group races. I'm going to go with number 9, Handsome 12, with Alexis Vidal, who is just coming back. And he just looks really, really consistent right now. The last 2 races have been really good with Zach Burton. But Zach Burton elects to ride King Shield, who is the second favorite right now. $3.10. This is going to be a big step up in class, but he does have the weight drop at only 115 pounds. And he's drawn number 2, which is what you want to be drawn on the dirt, even over the mile. So Handsome 12 is my best bet. That is race number 3, number 9.
And to recap our best bets for the day, Steve goes for race 6, number 13, Lucky Star on the all-weather, and Joe will go for race 3, number 9, Handsome 12, also on the all-weather. And my best bet will be race 2, number 6, Happy Angel on the turf. So let's talk about our value bets for the day, some outsider that we like. Steve, who do you like?
Took a chance in race number 7, number 5, the Frankie Law trained Sword Point, the son of American Pharaoh. Had a very nice debut, I thought. He was 6th of 14, beating 3 lengths to Stunning Impact, which was nice form. $15 that day, Zach Burton. Next time he came out, James McDonald, not so good. He was nearer last than first, 7 lengths behind Super Sunny Singh. But he's a nice horse. If you look back at his Australian form, he has form over the 1600 meters. So he steps up 400 here. His first run was over the 1400. Now he's up to 1800 in race number 7. He's nicely drawn in stall gate number 6. Hugh Bowman on board. More to come from this horse. So for me, and it's a race where I think, and for a Class 3, I think there is more deeper races for a Class 3. So if he returns to the kind of form he showed on his debut, and sometimes they do go back a bit. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back sometimes. I think there's a nice chance for Sword Point to hit the frame here at what will hopefully be nice odds.
Yes, I think so. Race 7, number 5, Sword Point, he should have some good value because it is the first time for him to step up over 1800 meters in Hong Kong. But I do believe it is a suitable trip for him as a son of American Pharaoh. And Joe also has his value bet in race 7, which will be number 4, SJ Tourbillon. This horse already caused an upset for us in October earlier in the season over the same course and distance. At that time, he was breaking from gate 11, but this time SJ Tourbillon will be jumping from gate 2. It should be a better draw for him. So let's see whether he can cause another upset for us. And for my value bet, it will be in the opener. In race 1, it will be a Class 5 over the all-weather track, 1650 meters. I will go for number 7, Still Win, breaking from gate 4. The most important thing that I like this horse will be, this time he will be ridden by Angus Jones. So taking off the 10 pounds, I think it should be very helpful because as a Class 5 horse, he is also not very healthy. He had some injuries before. He was found blood in trachea after last time. But last time, I think there was some excuse for him because he raced over the 1200 meters at the all-weather. He was breaking from gate 11, and then he actually stayed wide without cover for the whole trip. So there may be some excuse. And then after enough rest, I believe that he is returning stronger, especially with Armstrong on board. He is not carrying a heavy weight, only 115 pounds. It should be very helpful. And also 1650 meters, Still Win or raced over this distance for several times last season, but that was also in Class 4. So after the marks dropping, he is now in Class 5, and then finally returned to a better trip for him because he already had 2 starts earlier in the season, which will be over the 1,000 meters at Happy Valley and 1,200 meters at the all-weather. Both of them may be too short for him at the moment because he is now 5-year-old. Maybe he is preferring a longer distance. So gate 4 and then a lightweight for him. Number 7, Still Win in race 1 will be my value bet for the day.
Value bet comes in at race number 7. This is a Class 3 race over the 1800. I went with the number 4, SJ Tourbillon. Now, SJ Tourbillon, I think, could run a sneaky race, especially getting the draw. He's been very unlucky in his last 2 races, or his last 3 races with the draws. He's been drawn 11, 11, 9, and he did win from an 11 draw back in October over the 1800, so he gets to go back to his trip that he's won on. He was considered in the 4-year-old Classic Series last year, but he didn't perform as well. But I think that he can run a sneaky race, especially now that he's drawn number 2. And the betting is suggesting that it's a little bit wide open as it looks. 3.5 to Snaffles, who is the number 6. SJ Tourbillon right now is $18 on the win line and $4.40 on the place. So I think he could run a sneaky race. He does have that experience, and he's also drawn well, and those 2 things considered. And Harry Bentley had some winners at Happy Valley. So I'm going to go with SJ Tourbillon, my value bet, race number 7, number 4.
So to recap our value bet on Sunday at Charene, Steve goes for race 7, number 5, Sword Point, and Joe goes for race 7 as well, number 4, SJ Tourbillon, and my value bet will be in race 1, number 7, Still Win. So that's all for our selection on Sunday at Charene. We wish to provide you some winners. And once again, thank you for watching. We will see you next time for the Happy Valley preview. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.